Okay, so my family and like how we don't they make promise to now for say we go for bring a special brother for talk to we from the People's Republic of China. We're not to talk about no other person. We're talk about Mr. John Baimba Sesay, one of the Information and Press Attache to the Embassy of Sierra Leone in the People's Republic of China. Now, Inge for can talk to we now on key issues regarding the visit of the president to that country and at the same time other issues there in the country. So in fact, we will bring Mr. Mr. Sesay right now for me to talk to we live on Sherrick's broadcast network. Hello, Mr. Sesay. How are you doing, sir?
Good, thank you, Mr. Sheriff. I guess you said you do well.
Right. Right. We're glad for get you now also on Sherrick's broadcast network. This is not the network way now for Sierra Leonean STEM and we use them for able for talk to with government officials, professionals, and other people we get something for do with Sierra Leone. So at the same time, we're able for discuss issues then we pertinent to the country. And so you happen for be for day inside the People's Republic of China right now. But before we even go further, I go on for me introduce yourself to the people of Sierra Leone or to viewers them.
Well, as you rightly say in the introduction, me and John Baimba Sesay, me na the information and press, generally me na the information officer. Now we embassy na China, and then we embassy they cover about 11 countries. We embassy don't they cover a number of countries. So meaning we also they cover activities over for do we the countries we are accredited to. Before now we get South Korea, but as we talk we get an ambassador now, so we get about 10 or 11 countries.
Right. And so, Mr. Sesay, we understand say the president don't make a visit to the People's Republic of China. You go on for briefly tell we waiting this visit there about?
Well, indeed, His Excellency the President, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, arrived in China on the 30th of November on a state visit. In the sense, he came on the invitation of His Excellency President Xi Jinping, the President of the People's Republic of China. We all go remember, say, some 45 years ago, Salon and China entered into some kind of diplomatic relations, first at the ambassadorial level. And 45 years ago, over the years, we see how this relationship at the diplomatic and even at the people to people level down, they grow, in terms of the two countries or support each other, not just at the bilateral level, but even when you look at them from the framework of multilateral cooperation. And again, we all know how China don't they support we in terms of we development initiatives or ideas. We also know what we say we don't do for China at a point where nobody, no country, no be no say China go day as a day so today. And then when them they try forget a single representation by then Taiwan be there, but then we get this issue now the UN when they try for lobby and see say China the one China issue and Saluna be one of the few countries that come out so strongly support the notion that Beijing China for be the only and single country left for recognized. So these are one thing we like over the years we don't build on, and the Chinese of course don't always remain for standby we as a country, not just when we get moments for celebrate, but even in difficult moments. If you look at infrastructural growth, you look at human resource development, you look at the health sector, agriculture and a host of other areas where the Chinese don't support with. So the visits primarily in a decision where His Excellency the President take for coming in the first place say thank you to China because when Ebola struck about in 2014, we all see the intervention of the Chinese. In fact, at some point, they'll be the first country for intervene for coming with a plane load of support, both medical and in terms of equipment, in terms of personnel, training, and even financially. That's been make we see some spontaneous international response from the international community. So the fact that we're able to defeat Ebola as a country because of a resilient nature and as a result of the outstanding leadership of His Excellency the President Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, and again, not overemphasizing the fact that we get international response and especially the Chinese intervention, the president demand fit for come and say thank you. From the African perspective, when somebody offer you help, especially when you in difficult moments, you get for at some point say thank you. So now that the president come for, and he come one coincide at a period where they mark 45 years of diplomatic ties at the level of diplomacy, and even people to people. So now that it come for come say thank you to China, and then for also see how we will foster the ties of cooperation.
And you see, plenty Sierra Leonean people can say, even though it's necessary for let the president go visit the Republic of China for say thank you to the people and the president of China, as you don't say, but they talk say at this time in the life of Sierra Leone, where people they go through difficulties, the austerity measures, people that don't begin to suffer economically, then if you say now the wrong time this for let the president go travel to China, thinking about the fact saying now money he get for spend for even fly within convoy, waiting and get for doing that. What you go say towards that?
Well, the president arrived with 11-man delegation in the first place because I don't see now you go for end up for ask.
Right, right.
And that besides a very moderate delegation, when you look at the level of engagement when he gets an extremely busy schedule for him, he come the very day he reach, now the day begin work. You can imagine hours they fly, 10, 11 hours as he reach, few hours he rest, they on the road they walk. But the timeliness or not of it, I think of course governments bring in some measures to see how we go rationalize with spending. But they are on the invitation of the Chinese, of course, as I tell you initially. And again, make we try for look at the outcomes. We all know say we go through some challenging periods. But the first way the president if I meet with people are a decision we take, say make him meet with in salon people them. During the meeting, he update them on what government they do. He try for take them through the progress we done they make over the years. For instance, may you to know see we economy be the grow, and at some point we now be the fastest growing economy. And not only that, we all see the progress we done they make in infrastructural growth. And then for we now as an embassy, we also the try for foster, the ties of cooperation at the level of ambassador. Where AP Koroma come, he gets a lot of engagement with the colleague ambassadors, with the Chinese government. They go, they say thank you. But there was also the need for make His Excellency the President come. As much as he gets somebody who extremely they do well in terms of representation and winner the ambassador. They need also the for make himself come and say thank you. And the come we come don't bring about some good and outstanding results. We get a lot of agreements they will sign, 6 in all. We see the commitment that the Chinese make. For instance, for help we build and get a strong and resilient health sector. Mr. Sheriff, the challenges will go through when Ebola come.
Mm-hmm.
To an extent, Ebola actually will give you the challenges where we get in the health sector. Today we talk about having a regional center for disease control. We perhaps will be first of its kind in West Africa. Had the president not come, if you not be on come now, the 300 million yuan commitment grant to the Chinese and give towards that area, we not don't get them in the first place. There was also a commitment left for help build on with naval wing, the military, about 100 million yuan commitment towards that, and debt cancellation of 20 million yuan. These are all positive things we will look out for. Indeed, there are challenging moments, but that no means His Excellency the President for travel. And when it comes the discussions, the meetings where he meets with His Excellency President Xi Jinping. Today he meets with Premier Li Keqiang, we are the premier for the country. He meets with like somebody are the speaker for the young parliament now, and we all see now how at the level of government organs, government institutions, parliament, the legislature, the executive, how we go strengthen the collaboration. But again, I'll tell you about 45 years of diplomatic ties. I think we get every reason for celebrate. As much as we get reason for come and say thank you, we also get a reason for look at who side we don't come on and who side we did at the moment. 45 years ago, when infrastructural drive wasn't be day like I did today, so you know.
And so, Mr. Sesay,
Yes,
make I
so these
just
are things where the point are human resource capacity growth. We
right.
get not less than 150, 160 Sierra Leonean students with the POSINA. A country with a bill on human resource development. I tell you, these are long-term development initiatives where the impact you will get years for come. And the fact that we get students that really pursue courses in contemporary issues, in engineering, in mining, in economics. Now the things and this we need. And the Chinese year in, year out, last year they gave 50 scholarships. So we actually get every reason for make His Excellency come and say thank you. And not only that, for foster the ties of cooperation. By 2015 last year, there is a forum on China-Africa cooperation, FOCA. FOCA, now development cooperation and framework where China they utilize for see how in ties with the African continent they grow. And there we are a 10-point action plan where then they walk around, with the continent. And for we as a country, infrastructure extremely important. I know also emphasize the fact that agriculture, human resource. So income one timely, and there was every need, and we get some good and outstanding results where today we all will be proud of as a country, Mr. Sheriff.
And so Mr. Sesay, let we roll back a small based on the conversation we get or based on what you don't talk just now. So for this specific travel, where the president don't travel to China, waiting at the specific benefits out of this travel. I know you don't mention about some of the financial commitments then we China don't make. You go able to go over that again so that people go know.
Yes,
right.
Yesterday we the D-Day, we signed 6 agreements. One get for do an agreement on the West African Tropical Disease Research and Treatment Center. This is like 300 million yuan project. They try for see how we get a CDC, Center for Disease Control. This is research. When Ebola come, we not be prepared. As a country,
right.
we at the time we not be even the anticipating we get challenges like this. And research extremely important. So if we say if there's an agreement to see how we go invest on research, and the Chinese they don't come in and we don't get an agreement, that is one good thing where I think say may you two will really be happy about. We in terms of infrastructure, we know the difficulties to get for travel. Even within the city, we talk now about the ring road, now the Freetown ring road by Regent's Village.
Right.
So these are agreements we sign. A debt relief of 20 million yuan. Now, another agreement, they also get an agreement on the establishment of consultation mechanisms between the ministries of foreign affairs between the two countries. A lot of things, cooperation agreement for hospital partner assistance. The Ministry of Health, the People's Republic of China, and the Ministry of Health, Salon. I mean, they see how we partner years to come. And we also look at how we see people with carry diplomatic passports or service passports, official passports, will be exempted from visa. They work for government, you come, need to go for a visa. These are long-term plans.
Right.
They go along with boost the economy, So these are some of the agreements. But again, the tangible ones, the level of cooperation and the bilateral cooperation, we have strong commitments.
Okay.
China is the second world economy after the United States.
Right.
And now a key development partner for Salon.
And
right?
so, right. And so, Mr. Sesay, I know say, you don't talk about a 45 years agreement between China and Sierra Leone, or specifically Sierra Leoneans then go say, not only when the APC government take over na Sierra Leone, now in Sierra Leone they link up to China so much. And as China itself now still a developing country, not don't attained that level yet. Where we go talk say like where you talk about infrastructure, I know say they don't help with the construction of roads in the country, but some man they talk say anything where China do, they last for long, not just for short time. It don't done like the roads and where they don't construct. In fact, the roads then go begin poil just now. People then they look at this relationship for say not to think way better, not to think way man and go able for rely on. Why Sierra Leone not they link up with countries like United States, the Great Britain, countries that way they go do something where go last for long.
Well, Sierra Leone foreign policy cuts across at the level of cooperation with China.
Mm-hmm.
45 years, also 45 days, also 45 minutes, or 45 months.
Right.
And within 45 years, we see waiting on the happen as alone. You go, they go to Cambia, the Mangi Bridge,
Mm-hmm.
that isn't one for we. You build away house almost all government ministries, and the Chinese, the military headquarters, the national stadium. So if you say, I need something not last, that just instances. But again, um, um, make we look at how this ties of friendship don't grow. I refer you to the aspects we get for do with institutional development, human resource capacity growth.
Mm-hmm.
You over the years, I think the number of scholarships we get here in house being from the Chinese, they go far away for demonstrate a sincerity of friendship between the two countries. The prompt and timely response of the Chinese when Ebola struck, when I'm the first country for coming, and we trigger a global response. Whilst the international community be discussed, they look out for solutions, the Chinese get a plane, from Shanghai and fly, go Salon. And that's been great helpful, Mr. Sheriff. It go a
Mm-hmm.
long way
Right.
for the problems. So these are the practical areas.
Mm-hmm.
So we all the work now for see how we go foster these sites. As an embassy, we get an extremely crucial role.
Mm-hmm.
And don't reach a point where the diplomacy not just a diplomacy of whining or dining. We look at the practical results. And I make we go out, we constantly engage with tangible and credible Chinese enterprises. Because one thing where the Chinese government do now for encourage Chinese enterprises for go global. The go global policy is extremely helpful. And even when President Koroma meets with the Chinese counterpart, this is one thing we also agree with. That's extremely significant and necessary for make Chinese companies go and invest in us. We get investment opportunities, we get the investment environment, and President Koroma make it extremely clear that as a government we will continue to provide the enabling environment for investors. Today we meet with some groups like Kio, we don't get a license for exploration license,
Mm-hmm.
and then they tell me about the potentials of this in all.
Mm-hmm.
These are things. If the president not be don't come in further discussions,
Right.
Shandong, we know when African minerals will get challenges, Shandong come, when despite Ebola be there, they still they operate. Despite Ebola be there, Kiho, when another leading company not been shut down, they be still the run. And despite so Ebola be there, government not be stopped
Mm-hmm.
for paid teachers, for paid doctors. These are the indications we for look out for. So any things are moving and they will continue to move for we as a country.
And Mr. Sesay, we just want for let the Chinese people and way they understand Creole, make them know say we appreciate waiting that they do for we country. We not get one problem. We appreciate, we see the timely response to quite a lot of issues we don't get. But some other Sierra Leoneans and they way jittery right now, they can worry whether they see how cozy the relationship there between the APC government and China, being that China itself is a communist country where then they oppress them people there. There is dictatorship over there. Sierra Leone, on the other hand, is a democratic country. And so people they wonder as to whether we president not go able to buy into the political ideology of the Chinese government, being that APC has always gone very close to China. What do you go say about that?
This political question where you asked me just now, I decide for ignore me, you don't bring them again. But then that attempt to answer you
Right.
as a country, and when we enter into diplomatic ties 45 years ago, one thing we come out very clear. If you look at the text where we all sign, you see we ensure that we don't interfere into the internal affairs of each other country. And the Chinese get a system of governance, and I think the Chinese and they appreciate that. Make we limit the relationship at the level of operation, not at for begin look at waiting the Chinese do. But we as a country, we go by democratic principles, and I think over the years we don't make tremendous progress as a country. I don't know when last we talked to we get a political prisoner under this last government, or when arrest journalists because they practice, you know. But the APC, of course, gets, I'd say, a political, and I will attempt to tell you back that, of course, APC and the CPC then get some kind of cordial relationship. There has been some high-level exchange visits between the two political parties.
Right.
Extremely, the political party always see how you foster ties with others, especially we get for doing the good for often people there. So indeed, that's the happen. And I wonder, well, yes, you as you talk just now, that
Right.
under an APC-led government, we already see some growth. You know, 8 years down the line, within the governance period of President Ernest Bai Koroma, a lot of things happen. But we need for take we need for look at the issues beyond waiting the happen. China they get their own system, they get a system of governance, they get their own as per their own characteristics, and for we get real system of governance, we don't need progress, we don't make tremendous efforts over the years. And when President Kuma meets President Xi, the presidency is so extremely appreciate the efforts of President Kuma make that even when people are struck, we able to come together. The president will provide that kind of leadership where a country need and overcome the virus. President overcome the virus single-handedly now because of the concerted efforts we all put together as a country, devoid of somebody in political background or not. You know, we all will come together and look at the national interest. And I think that that's government only pursue over the years that when it comes to national issues, we all will come together. When it comes to time for politics, then we leave that period.
Well, yeah, Mr. Sesay, what you make with the ask these questions? Once we make the announcement, say we'll get for talk to this particular person, then we get questions that they come in. You know, people that want follow ask these questions because they are very passionate about them. And most of the questions they come up from Sierra Leone. Now, waiting make I ask that question about the coziness between the APC government and China. It's because of some of the things then we don't see, we own president don't do during in time of office. You know, like, you know, removing the vice president from power, you know, removing the chief justice, doing certain things in the country where, you know, they consult the parliament, you know, all that kind of thing. And they will feel say is a little dictatorial, you know, in a democratic system. And so now that make all they ask the question, and the what you go say about that?
Well, the interview really focused around the president's visit to China,
Well,
and
yeah.
the job therefore do with activities of the Sierra Leone embassy and with activities of Sierra Leoneans and
Right.
China and the other countries who we are accredited to. So I wish I could limit my comments to that.
To that. No, no problem. We appreciate that. And so why is the president then at China? Who sign are some of the areas then where you feel say you don't visit apart from just seeing the president?
When we go now the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, we go and say thank you to the people who even go. You know, a lot of doctors been go salon, a lot of sacrifices were made. You know, they began for their families, gonna a tearing way be difficult. So the president taking time and go. He get some kind of in-depth discussions with them,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a touching moment, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Today, Ile read that the Tiananmen Square
Mm-hmm.
in memory of people we don't die and all the rest, and it visits a number of companies. The companies we strongly they operate salon. We they go Shandong
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow.
Right.
Shandong. Quite recently, the serving ambassador Almami Bai Koroma began discussions with the leadership of Shandong, where they say there is time to see how we get value, I mean, where we for add value to like we raw materials, and say why can't we also think of having some plants,
Mm-hmm.
like Sierra Leone, and from there we begin for process the ore. And quite recently, there were some good discussions where president also get with the leadership in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Try for seeing how they can invest some million, hundreds of millions of dollars for get a processing plants. So that one they add value to the products. Two, they create job opportunities. They help for build on the economy. So these are the good things that are happening. So we go Shandong tomorrow and look at the operations, get that discussions amongst other places. But I refer to this today as a penultimate day where the president meet with President Xi Jinping yesterday. The agreements and we signed, the outcomes, the commitments, the grants.
Right.
You see the sincerity of purpose. You see the frankness when discussions go on. Then I tell you, it's just a matter of time. It's good that he came, and it's good that we also try for foster the ties of cooperation between the two countries.
And so the other thing is, people in Kifi say Sierra Leone for embark more on capacity building at this time rather than always the opening hand for big, for ask other people and for help. We country small, and so for 8 years, people they say we're not able to foresee how the APC government build on the foundation way the SLPP government left after we finished the war. Disarmed the combatants, reintegrated them into the community, re-established government institutions. We're not able to see how the APC government able for build the capacity of the people, especially the youths in the country. All the time when something happen, would they go ask other people and for help? So what do you say to that?
Let me come. We live in a global village. That is one. So for make Mr. Sheriff ask Mr. John or John Bimba call on Mr. Sheriff for help. I see no problem with that, perhaps.
Right.
And given the ties of friendship in the first place. But again, second, you talk about capacity development. You get long-term development, you get short-term plans, you get long-term plans. And I refer you to the human resource capacity growth. I tell you about how we bring in dozens of students year in, year out. When China they try for develop for reach the peak where they say today, some 40 years ago, they went through a lot of challenges, right?
Right.
What they do at the time now for send them making them go abroad and study. And waiting, one former Chinese leader says, when we begin to go today for study, and when they come back someday and make use of the knowledge we they don't gain, then you see the chances we'll get as a country for growth. And that is what they're going through today. So for when President meets with the student, the community generally, and mostly students, he encourage them for continue for give them student studies, because it's a generational challenge, of course. 10, 15 years from now, Salon would be as it is today. 8 years ago, the growth economic in infrastructure, we don't get them. If they take you, Mr. Sheriff, hours for drive go Cambia. The last time I drive from Cambia for Camfriton, I know less than 2 hours 20 minutes. Now because we get good roads, so we don't give so much to infrastructure. But besides, we try for encourage foreign investors. The foreign direct investment is extremely Very, 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 very important to understand. But we also therefore encourage you people therefore try gain the knowledge. It's not just about what government can do. The youth, of course, we governments don't bring in a lot of initiatives, a lot of things for see how we will improve on it. But look at the long-term plans and see what will happen years from now. So we dey do we best, for we now as an embassy, that limits me discussions to the embassy. For we as an embassy, we will continue for coordinate government activities, we will continue for push government interest and engage credible Chinese investors for go and invest. I tell you say China na the second largest economy after the United States. So wetin we go do now is not just about dining or whining, having dinners or days. It's about engaging investors, seeking tangible investment. What can we get in terms of agriculture? Wetin we go do for improve on the fisheries sector? Or wetin we go do for see say the effort wey government don make not only limited at the level of government, but even forget the private sector involvement. Private sector extremely important, and this is where each and everybody comes in. It's not just about limiting the discussions at the level of government. So we will continue for doing best as an embassy. 45 years ago, a lot still happened. When 2015, the Chinese make a commitment of $60 billion towards the growth of Africa. This commitment we can make every 5 years. We they look at programs, bring in projects, and see what we can gain from that. It all has to do with leadership. And I think the president so far don't provide that enabling leadership. But the collective role, waiting we all do as Sierra Leoneans, extremely also crucial, devoid of party interest. And when you talk about APC, yes, APC as a party, they don't do their own and they continue to do their own. The government, they don't come, government, they don't go. But over the years, we see what they happen, Mr. Sheriff. Right. I wish you be China and see the discussions, you see the frankness, and you see how committed both leaders are for not just for force at the size of operation, but also for see how at the level of people to people. We get a lot of Sierra Leoneans really come in for do business, go back. That is how we build on the economy. We talk about diversifying the economy. It's not just about mining. Not just about mining. I make government also look at other sectors.
Right.
Agriculture is extremely important.
Okay, and so, Mr. Sesay, the last question is, being that the president don't go China now for telling Tenki, if possible, for get more help for Ghana, Sierra Leone, people that be wonder as well as to whether we president go discuss with China as to which kind of help we need for able for, go through a national democratic process we're supposed to take place either 2017 or 2018, or go get another presidential election at the country. How China get for help, being that China is a communist party, they not believe in democracy. How are they going to help us to go through that process?
Well, I think that the democratic country, because they get elections usually every 5 years. But that limits discussions to the
Mr. Sesay, did you say China is a democratic country?
They get elections every 5 years and people they decide.
Okay.
But that limits me discussions to the trust of friendship at the level of diplomacy and people to people. When the presidents come and discuss a wide range of areas, the internal happenings in our country in terms of democratic credentials gets little or nothing to do with ties of friendship. We know they come and dictate for them as to waiting they for do, and I think they self-respectfully don't they abide by that. I'll tell you about the text made and signed 1971, July 29.
Right.
That we go into these ties with a desire not for interfering to the internal affairs of updates of each other. We don't really go by that. And 45 years down the line and 8-9 years within the governance period of President Koroma, we don't see a lot of resources, a lot of institutional development, capacity growth. There are challenges. Nobody don't go deny that fact. We economy will grow. they make progress. But even when governments bring their measures here recently, don't stop for also continue with the transformational drive. I mean, recently, he say, will be diverted. I mean, because there are times people will tend for divert you from the commitment.
Yeah,
So
we
we
see that
move
comment, right?
for we now as an embassy again make the point. We not only the limits we activities to engagement at one-on-one level. We go with the cuts across. We continue for support China and China self continue for standby. We at the multilateral level. For not forget say President Koroma na chairman for the Committee of 10, which is the Security Council. And it only go around the lobby for get supports when it comes to the African common position. Chinese always continue for stand by Salon for giving them support, and we say whoever remain for stand by them for build on the friendship. But that not in any way means say we only limit with foreign policy to China. It cuts across. We go with traditional partners, we go with traditional donors. We always try for build on these ties.
And so finally, Mr. Sesay, the last question we'll get from our viewers was that just like how we don't talk, the APC as a political party can always align itself so much to countries the way people they perceive them as dictatorships. Like recently where Castro Fidel died in Cuba, we see a picture of him and a late Dr. Shaka Stevens, then Tinab, then dressed almost the same way. We don't see say APC don't align itself with Russia and now with China. So people then can become a little worried as to which kind of political party is that in a democratic system. That is the final question. And I'm not saying you go on for limited to something, but people that go on for hearing from you as the information and press attache.
The final answer is me responsibilities limited to an embassy. If I be talk to you as a representative of the All People's Congress, I don't give you political answers. But as a staff of the embassy, might round up by way of saying we will continue to do our best for lift the bars
right,
of
definitely
ties between the two countries,
uh-huh.
and we get a role. We will continue to engage Sierra Leoneans and China as per our responsibilities within the reach of EU responsibilities. And we will continue to make sure see the interests of the country come first, and we pursue them. When you get a challenge, when you do China, make sure see you contact the embassy, because the embassy now your home, now you home away from home, And we don't see a lot, and the visit of the president timely, and I guess the ties of cooperation will continue for growth. That will be the last.
Okay, and so when the president in a state visit the end at China?
The president for the flyback, the 6th of December, in
Okay.
the morning hours.
And so finally, Mr. Sesay, you did talk some Chinese too?
Well, I wish I for the talker, but
You talk one word, Seth?
anyhow, boy, how are you, my friend?
No.
I wish I for the talker, but difficult.
Because people they be one for let you talk Chinese before you finally go.
Well, Becca limits me discussions to Creole. Good night.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Sesay. It'll be a pleasure for talk to you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure for talk to you as well. We run an open door policy as an embassy. Feel free for contact the embassy. When you get questions, ask.
All right.
Where we can provide answers, we will give the answers. And then where official for refer you somewhere, we will refer you. But to get an open door policy as part of government policies, that we move along. We move along that direction as well. Thank you for the interview.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr.